It is a true SoCal classic. There is amazing history there and plenty of fascinating sights to see, if you know where to look. We recently went on a tour of LAX that provides access to all of that. Now, it isn't well known, but as the SoCal Scene's Alison Martino shows us, why get on a plane when the greatest tour of all is right here?
The year is 1930. Welcome to Minesfield, the name of LA's new airport. Dirt roads, wild rabbits, and simple flying machines was how today's modern airport was born. LAX's fascinating history is easily explored if you know where to look. It begins at the Flight Path Museum, one of LA's best-kept secrets. Easily accessible off the West Imperial Highway, the museum is near an active runway in the former West Imperial Terminal, which was used by many charter companies in the 1960s through the 90s. The museum gatekeeper is Ethel Pattison, an LAX legend, an aviation pioneer herself.
They're museums, but they seem to not have this feeling that this one does. And
I mean, you can see exhibits around the world and at museums, but this is at the airport.
yeah.
That's her uniform behind her from when she was one of the original stewardesses in the early 1950s. Today, at the age of 93, she continues to bring aviation history to life in the museum. Ethel is one of the driving forces behind the Flight Path Museum, which traces our city's aviation routes from the beginning. Joining Ethel at the Flight Path Museum this day is LAX Community Relations Specialist, Harold Johnson. He'll be our guide on the LAX Airfield Tour, a tour he helped create in 2012.
We put people in a very sensory environment. We have airplanes moving around, they're landing, they're taking off. We have vehicles of people who actually work here. It's a lively environment and a fun tour. We are about to enter what I believe is part of the original runway at the original Los Angeles airport.
He takes guests on the original Minesfield runway and taxiways. This one-of-a-kind experience travels along the same path where so many early aviators and passengers traveled as they went from runway to hangars. In the late 1920s, the great passenger Zeppelins made their way through this area while making stopovers in LA, as did the popular biplanes of the era which populated the airport.
Now we're on a taxiway, and we're headed to this Spanish-style building. This is what we call Hangar One.
The center of it all back then was Hangar One. Built in 1929, it's the oldest building at the airport and still serves as a fully functional machine shop. The building was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1992. LAX grew substantially in the 1940s and 50s, but it was the 1960s that came in with the roar of the jet age. The modern era landed here at LAX, making it an international destination. We see the evolution in these vintage photos, from the old airfield to the initial planning for a modern airport to early 1960s glory. Here's the iconic LAX theme building under construction. But the remnants of that era, like this United Airlines maintenance area, are slowly disappearing. Soon, a planned billion-dollar tech center will be built here to replace it. The tour offers a ground-level view of airport operations rarely seen by outsiders. On active roadways, you travel among the jets and support vehicles, a view normally seen from gate windows high above the tarmac.
We noticed that the Airbus 380 jet, the 500-passenger jet, is all the way in the hangar.
One of the highlights of the tour is discovering new aircraft, in this case, the double-decker Airbus 380. We get a glimpse of the newly built Qantas hangar that accommodates these truly jumbo jets. Harold is a full-service tour guide, even taking a moment to snap a group photo near the runway. As the tour ends, you see a bit of the future of LAX. There's the Tom Bradley International Terminal and its satellite concourse currently under construction. Tunnels will connect the buildings when completed next year.
We want to spread the word around about tours at LAX first Thursday of the month. We will see you next time.
Back at the Flight Path Museum, take the time to immerse yourself in aviation history. It's a look back to a time when flying was special and a wonderful way to experience air travel as it once was.
That's Alison Martino for us. Thank you, Alison. The LAX tours are given the first Thursday of every month. And for more information, check out lawa.org. The SoCal Scene will be right back.